don't know. I just like disabled. I don't feel I feel that my disability has been a major part of my life, but it's not a negative thing. It's definitely taken me down roads that have been more difficult. Like for instance, right now I live in a hospital. Uh, because of my complex needs as an adult. Uh, but um, I in many ways living in a hospital has allowed me to do so many things. Like I started a podcast, I am public speaking now, and I am oddly more independent than I ever have been. Like normally people with ventilators um, that are on ventilators are not allowed off of the unit on their own. And my doctor sort of said, is this frustrating to you? Like, are you used to more independence? And I said, yeah, a lot more. And he's like, okay, well, and I signed a waiver form saying like, okay, if I die on my like my own trips outside of the hospital, I'm not gonna sue for liability. And so I've just been a bit more adventurous um, in this new stage of my life. And I always joke about this with my mom because my mom at first was so nervous about having me on my ventilator going downtown, going out around, and I always joke with her that if my vent pops out, I'll just go up to a homeless guy and ask him to put it back in for me. And she was terrified about that idea. But in all honesty, I've found that homeless people are very nice to me. And uh I think it's like some sort of familiarity that they feel. Like they sense vulnerability in me that they are also feeling, and so they can relate to me. And uh like for instance, one day I was sitting in a park and I was just sitting there, and I love people watching. It's one of my favorite things to do. And um, I was sitting there so long, there's this homeless guy washing his clothes in the fountain. And after a while, he stood up and he started walking towards me. And I was like, I was wondering what I was going to be doing, how to react. And I was wondering, okay, am I going to have to run or am I going to have to, like, be ready to physically, like, I don't know, like try to knock him over or get hurt or anyways. And it started pointing towards my hand and part of me thought, oh, is he pointing at my ring? And then but he came up to me and he said, you've been sitting here a long time, so I just wanted to be sure that you're not out of batteries or something like that. And so, like, he was legitimately worried about me. And, um, I'm like, oh, no, I'm fine, man, don't worry.